Once upon a time, there's a Hong Kong girl and an Iowan girl who met at a college bar. 15 years later, they reunited virtually and now they share one common goal and mission: to help 100 young families to achieve time and financial freedom through living a healthy lifestyle. Hello, welcome back. This is Kaiyan here. How's everybody? How are you, Caitlin?
Doing well. How are you, Kaiyan?
Great. Thank you. So welcome to Raising Kids Naturally. Join us on the adventure of exploring the best natural living for our family and kids. I'm Kaiyan, and next to me, we have Caitlin. Today, we are going to talk about how to utilize voice work with your children. So, Caitlin, can you tell us what is voice work?
Sure. So just to add on what we spoke about last week in the episode, basically voice work is a way, it's a phrase that I don't know if I came up with it, but it's basically working with your voice in such a way that you are utilizing its healing vibration within yourself and within those in close proximity around you. And if you think about it, in the last video, we also had the link to Dr. Emoto, to a video on him and how he discovered the crystals within water they changed depending on the quality of sounds and the different vibrations within that. And so if you think about it, our bodies are mostly water, right? And so what we can do with our voice is heal those waters within us and to heal our mind, body, and soul by connecting more with the heart and being centered and grounded through the sound and the vibration that carries within our voice.
Great, thank you. So with that said, what kind of benefit can kids really gain from doing voice work?
It would be the same kind of benefit with us. So in this crazy, chaotic world where there's so much stimulation outside of us, and it is really imperative that we find some kind of technique to bring us back into our center. And that's exactly what voice work can do for yourself and your children. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, our babies are also mostly water. And so it's very important to think about the quality of sound that we surround ourselves with inside the home for our babies as well, not just us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you actually have put something together. You have a few main ways, right, to utilize for parents to utilize voice and sound at home with their children. So what is point number one?
So point number one that I'll go through is how to just use song in all of, well, not in all, but in everyday life activities. Mm-hmm. And use songs for those transitions rather than screaming and yelling and telling a kid to hurry up in these very rash tones that we all have, tendencies to adopt. It's more, I have spent some time in Waldorf classrooms and I've just absorbed different techniques from early childhood instructors. And a lot of that is through singing. And so, you can, one song that I tend to, and it can just be a melody,
Yeah.
And you can just fit in different words, different instructional words. So for instance, for Manu, I have a tendency to sing, "Time to go to sleep right now, Manu, Manu. Let's put on your PJs, Manu, Manu." And so that just, the thing, it resonates within a child more deeply.
I feel like it's more fun. It's
Yes.
fun way to do it. And one thing that when you said that, immediately I thought about, so at church on Sunday school, the
Ah,
other teacher, Sunday school teacher, she used to sing because her and I used to work with a bunch of kids at church,
mhm.
and she would say, clean up, everybody, like clean up. I don't know. So like all of a
Like,
sudden, for some reason, all the kids wants to clean up while they are singing this tune together.
exactly.
So I understand what you're saying. That's great.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, and I don't do it enough. I think it's very easy as parents to just fall back into these old routines.
Yes.
But once you have a repetition with it, a rhythm with it, it
Yes.
can really change the quality within the home.
Yeah. And I feel like um, just singing because of us sing instead of yelling
Hmm.
for us like to sing it, I feel like we actually can feel better ourselves at the same time,
Oh, completely.
and perhaps our energy will transfer to our children as well.
Exactly.
Yes, yes. So that's great. So instead of yelling, we can use some tune and sing to our kids. So
Mhm.
we can try that. All of us can try that at home. And then the second thing that you want to talk about, point number two, is something that you do
Mhm.
before bedtime. Is part of your bedtime routine, correct?
Sure. Yes, when I remember. but um but one thing that I like to do is and especially if the kids are really kind of off the hinge and not wanting to wind down at the end of the day, is about an hour or two before bedtime, put on a very soft, sweet, meditative sound.
Mm,
And it can be on YouTube, on your phone, or over your stereo system, very simple. And just, allowing that sound to resonate throughout your home really does wonders to help kids start to calm down. And I've
great.
noticed it takes it really operates immediately, and the children then go to their books instead
Hmm.
of getting out toys to
Yeah.
play again. And so it's just one of those ways to really help the energy of the home to embrace the sleepy time.
Yes. Do you have a few favorite playlist or songs that maybe we can include in the description box for viewers to click on?
Yeah, so one is my husband's CD, um,
Okay,
and
great.
that it's primarily Native American flutes and flutes from, I don't know if he used any of his other flutes from other cultures, but um, that CD, when he's given it to his friends that have children, they have found that it works tremendously to get a child to wind down and even fall asleep. So I'll make sure that that's a link at the bottom. And then another one is just a Tibetan meditation, and this one is I use quite frequently, and it's just very sweet. So there are
Awesome.
those on YouTube. Hmm.
Yeah, I wonder if it's something, I don't know, I haven't done any research, but I wonder, for babies,
Hmm.
we used to turn on the white noise machine, if it is something similar to that.
Definitely, definitely, because so my husband is also a sound healer, and what his through his journeys and his sound journeys um, that he provides, it puts people into that extremely meditative state where they are
Mhm.
in sometimes in a deep, deep sleep, because we don't allow ourselves to truly calm ourselves down
Mm,
in this day and age when we're constantly busy with things. And so what we
yeah.
really need to do is allow ourselves to disconnect, and sound can do that. The sound waves can really help for the body and the nervous system to calm itself.
Great. That's awesome. And how long do you play it for, before bedtime?
Oh, like I said, about an hour ahead.
About an hour.
Huh? Yeah.
Great. Awesome. And then what is number 3 for us is
Lullaby.
lullaby. It's one of your favorite, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And I have a tendency to sing these a lot, and not just only for the children. I love to have. I've realized within this past year is working with a particular lullaby from Ireland. It's extremely soothing for myself too. But so it's you also reap the benefit as a parent when you start using different sound techniques and vocal techniques, not only for your children but also for yourself. And so lullabies can be so simple. I know that we have a tendency to overcomplicate things, right? And we constantly think of it that if I don't have this song learned, then I can't sing it. And you don't have to sing a song. A lullaby can be as simple as humming and humming a tune over and over again. And this was passed down by a grandmother, Flor de Mayo, and it's just a very simple technique. You just go, and you just do that over and over and over again. And so that's just a very simple way.
And I know your husband, Sebastian, said that sometimes you put him to sleep.
And yes, exactly. And that's just a phrase from the Irish lullaby. It's just shine, show. And it's just over and over and over again. And so that's yeah, the beauty of just allowing the sound to come through you in a slow and meditative way. It'll do wonders. It really does wonders for you.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yes, seems so calm, sounds so wonderful.
Uh-huh.
And it is true. We are always plugged in with
Mhm.
technology. Our cell phone is charging next to our bed. And
Mhm.
first thing we do when we wake up is to check our messages.
And
So,
make Yes, and make sure that if you have to have your cell phone by the bed or in the same room, make sure it's on airplane mode or completely off. You know,
mm,
because those just radiation waves, they have a tendency to affect your sleep as well. And so,
well, I know what you just drank. You took a couple sip there.
yeah.
That molecular hydrogen water can
Mhm.
help combat the wave that you were talking about, right? So,
Exactly. We all have to figure out ways to really combat what is around our in our environments now more so than ever before. So yes, that too. Um, and then, do you want me to tell you number 4?
yes, we do.
Okay, so number 4, and this one is really sweet, and it's just so simple. Whenever you're going out into nature, if you have a song about the elements or different trees, um, sing it with your children. And one of the songs that I love to sing is when we get to water. My children and I always sing to the water, the element of water, the river that's passing below our feet, and indigenous cultures from all over the world have always had songs for different elements in nature and
Hmm.
different structures of nature, because they realized that within nature and ourselves we are not separate, right? We are all connected. And so one way to do it is to sing a gratitude song to water. And it's a Cherokee song that I've learned from the song carriers in Santa Fe. And it's just simple. It's just so simple. And there are plenty of those out there. And you can Google and you can YouTube it, and you'll find something that works for you. Mhm. So,
Great. That's awesome. And then
mhm.
with next week, that's something that
So yes, so next week, we're going to continue this concept, right, Kaiyan, about the voice.
Sorry about that delivery.
Okay.
Yay, Amazon. So, anyways, next week, yes, we're
Next week.
talking about.
Yes. So next week, well, so next week, I believe we're going to continue on with the concept of voice as a healing technique. And next week, I am looking forward to incorporating some ancient ancestral techniques that I have learned and gathered from my teachers and years that I've just been exploring the voice and sound as a healing way, as a healing tool.
I'm excited for that
Yeah.
because when we were planning it, I saw all this name and songs and I was like, ooh, I wonder what they sound. I don't know like if we're going to hear some of it, but I am excited.
Wonderful.
Even if you can share a link and then we can kind of go into it. And I'm excited to go check out Sebastian's CDs actually.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
I think they're wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing those 4 pointers with all of us and how to utilize voice at home with our kids. So we look forward to seeing all of you next week again. So take care.
Goodbye. Thank you, Kaiyan.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.